that's right. You start thinking of all these things that you forgot about. But anyway, let's get started. I got these paints from Temu, paid for myself. They're the Marie's Gouache color, and let's go ahead and open them. Oh no, they're gonna flip all over the place. Dag nabbit. Oh well. We're all family here, so. And what we're gonna be painting, or at least, oh, I'm sorry, I hit the little thingy that holds my camera up. Um, what was I about to say? Let's see. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I know. Um, what we're gonna do is we're going to attempt to paint Van Gogh, one of his paintings, one of his most popular paintings. We're gonna attempt to do a Van Gogh painting. So let's hope for the best. And feel free to give me a grade at the end. Let's see, what should the score be? From 70 to 100. But you've got to stay to the end. You can't just write anything. You got to stay all the way to the end and see how, any little corrections I made so that it's fair, Let's see how this feels like. Let's see. Yeah, just I thought, okay, I did kind of sprinkle it around, but it's okay. Gonna open these paints. As you could tell, I really, really did just get these paints. Okay. And the painting that we're gonna do is, let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. So everyone has probably seen this painting. So if you want to bring it up and look at it as I attempt to paint it, feel free. I'm gonna screenshot it, and that way, just in case anything crazy happens with the internet, I'll have it. Let's see, we're gonna go to my pictures. Okay. One more look. Yeah, okay. And okay, gonna open. I wish all these paints were not all over the place. I'm like, great. That is just great. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Stay calm, Sharon. Don't make a big deal out of it. It's going to be okay. The things you have to say to yourself so that you won't just totally freak out. Like, oh my goodness, YouTube, a bunch of people are on there or will be watching if they're not watching immediately. See, this is orange. Well, it says a deep yellow. Let's see. Okay. Some green. We're going to put it right here. And I have my little paint palette right here. It's just a plastic plate. and the water is here. Let's see. So in this Van Gogh painting, actually, it would be a great idea if you have your, well, I just thought about it. If you're watching this, if you have two, if you have like a iPad and an iPhone or a Samsung, or something like that, or you can look at both at the same time. Please continue to watch the live, of course. And then at the same time, if you can pull up the painting Van Gogh, and I'm not sure which one this is called, but yeah, if you could pull up this painting, I'll show it again just in case there's some new people coming on. Welcome. Okay. Oopsie. Got it propped up here. Okay, so I was thinking the colors in this painting are, let's see, like a dark blue, some yellow, I see some, let's see, some white, uh, this says Prussian blue, so we'll use some of that probably. And then let's see, we have to have some brown in here. But if not, we can just use what we have to mix together. Okay, so we have, this one says burnt sienna, I think. I need reading glasses. I need to get on that. I have ordered some from Temu, so hopefully they'll be coming soon. Oh, goody. Okay, here we go. Here's brown. So I think I'm going to put this burnt lumber back, or umber. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just leave it for right now. So we got the blue. Let's see. Let's put some orange in here. And let's just go from there and we'll just see how it goes. We can always grab some more paints if we need them. I also, what I did is I went ahead and kind of drew out Van Gogh's painting. Let's see, let me get my brush. And I'm just using the brush that I have used in the past from the smaller set of gouache. Um, these are Marie's paint too, also. So if you want to just kind of see if this is something you would like as a hobby, I definitely encourage it. Okay. So let's dip our little brush in the water. And where should we start? I think we should start, let's see, are y'all able to see the drawing kind of in there? I'm not sure if you can or not. And I don't really want to move it too much because when you start moving things around, something can fall. It's like, great, you know? Okay, so let's put maybe the brown and black first. Let's do that. Have any of you tried doing something like this? I've never tried doing something like this. I've seen other people do it, like, I don't know where, but in my past, I've seen other people do it, and I have never tried it, so I thought maybe I'll give this a try and see how it goes. I thought sure I took out some black paint. Maybe I didn't. Okay, here's some black paint. It says it's lamp black. A couple of, let's see. Yeah. Okay. And so I'm gonna put some black on there in my palette. I probably won't keep talking. I'll probably try to concentrate. Just as a heads up. And if you feel sleepy or anything like that, um, go ahead and just enjoy watching me paint and going into a sleep slumber because that's cool. Uh, oh, I forgot to do, let's see, the white paint. So we could do a lighter brown. We need like a lighter brown. Let's put that here. Yeah. But what I was saying is just in case, just just keep watching, or keep it on, and then that way you'll have a better sleep. I've been told my voice makes people really sleepy, so I was like, hmm, maybe I ought to try something with that with YouTube. So I guess this is kind of a tryout to see if that happens. Please leave it in the comments if my voice did make you kind of sleepy. If you did doze off, please go ahead and confess, please. No, I'm just kidding. No. Um, let's see. Gonna kind of, that's not exactly the brown that I'm looking for. Let's put a little more. See what I'm doing. I'm gonna take this brown. Oh, that looks like chocolate, doesn't it? Spoken like a true foodie. Always seeing chocolate. That's the perfect, I think that's about the perfect shade of brown that we need. And then I'm going to kind of coat the rest of the brush in it so that it doesn't leave streaks of craziness. Oh, yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, if you just came in, welcome. Um, what we're doing is I'm attempting to paint this Van Gogh painting. Um, See, right now I'm doing this part over here. So let's continue. Something just fell. No big deal. Uh, Add this to it a little bit. I see like some black. It's mainly black and brown. What I need to do is also invest in maybe some brushes. I thought I had some, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to look again because um I thought sure I had some, but that also depends on how the brushes are, if they're all dried out or something. See, let's add some white right in here and kind of swerve it in there just like he did. Oh, that's pretty cool. Very cool. Okay. So we get some more white. Keep swerving it. And just like the tip edge of the brush. Add a little more white to it. And this went down all the way in his painting. So we're gonna do the same with our painting. We're gonna bring this around. That way it will have a little bit more of a three-dimensional look to it. Then I'm gonna add some white and give it that nice little swirl in the middle. It's a little bit more than I wanted, but we'll work with it. We'll work with it. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna keep swooping it. Yeah. More white. And this part, the brown, um, I don't know exactly what this would be called, but let's call it wood because that's kind of like what it looks like to me. Kind of keep scoring over here as well. And like I said, I did draw it out first and then now I'm kind of painting it in. So if you do try this, I definitely would say try drawing it out first. Then it's more like it's just coloring, when in reality, it's much more. But that way you can kind of get the shapes of everything in your head. There's something about painting that is so soothing, you know? I'm starting to get really relaxed. Let's try to stay awake. Me, not you. If you want to go to sleep, that's fine. But just continue to listen so that you get a chance to see the end result, which is going to be a while, as you know, because this is a Van Gogh painting. So, but we're just going to enjoy every moment of it. Add some white right there. Add some more in there. We don't want any spots in between there. I'm going to swirl it around. And I'm going to wet the brush so it won't get too dry. I'll try to speed up just a little bit. That way we can have it completed before the day ends. Some more white right in there. And remember, watch it to the end and um, give me a grade. Don't be too harsh, though, please. Else she'll make me cry. No, I'm just kidding. Now, there's one thing about doing YouTube. You have to have kind of a thick skin, but fortunately, YouTube is made things better with um I don't know how to say it, but it's not as bad as it used to be. I'll just leave it at that. They've improved that area. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the blue. Yeah, blue and white. Titanium white. Okay. Here's the blue that I'm using. This is the ultramarine blue. Put that on my palette, better known as a plastic plate. And if you hear this little noise in the background, that is my fur baby sleeping and snoring. So that's what that is. Let me know if you can hear it. I said that, but then I thought, well, I can't really see what people are saying exactly, but I can read it later on because the camera that I use for live is my phone, so, and I have it turned a certain way so that I can use it. Just add the blue to it. Then what I want to do is kind of have this white, so I don't want to mess up the white that's there. I keep this tablet on. Okay, let's put this part. I'll show you where I'm working. This part right, oops, this part right here is where I'm working. I wasn't looking at the camera or the phone, so hopefully I pointed to the right part, this part. And then it kind of has these little white stripes in between. So we're just gonna keep making kind of like wipes or strokes. There we go. That's a better term, I guess, for it. And it starts from back here. Clean up this area a little bit. And what I'm doing is following the drawing that I made before I started painting of Van Gogh's painting. See, so that was more like this, that this painting went in this section. My tablet keeps wanting to turn itself off and save the battery life. It's like, will you stop that? I haven't figured out yet how to turn that off. I need to look that up on YouTube and find out how to reset that so it doesn't just continuously like turn itself off. And let me make sure. Also keep checking to make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I'm still recording. I'm just gonna follow. I'll dip a little bit more blue and then use the paint almost like it's a pen. And it's some more little squiggly lines. Oops. I meant to do that. That was the way I wanted it to be. I will say it's kind of turning out better than I thought. But of course, I haven't completed it yet, so we'll see. Hopefully, it continues. I'm just washing my brush off some right now. You know what I should do next time is have maybe 2 or 3 different cups of water so that way it'll be fresh water after a little bit and it won't be so muddy. But I didn't think about it this time, so next time. And if you hear like a whistling sound, that is my asthma. It just wants to say hello. Sometimes I'll wheeze every since uh, I'm not sure we could say the well, I guess we could say the pandemic. I don't know how it I know for a while it was like you weren't supposed to say the C word, you know, uh, as if you said it, that somehow it could get you. It's gonna get you. I tell you. I told you it's gonna get you. Let's do some more strokes around. Give it some more paint. Then I think I'll do some more deep blue. But that way we can catch more edges. And then it kind of came out like this and ran around. I tell you, if you've never tried painting, got to give it a try. It's a lot of fun and just very relaxing and mm, I don't know how else to say it. It's just fun and relaxing. And it's something you can do just for yourself, not for anybody else. Okay, so now I see more blues going across in the painting. It's mainly blues. That's the main color. That might be a little too much paint, but let's run with it. And this part that I'm doing is kind of this section, like basically like the background of it. In fact, actually, maybe that would be a great way to start. Um, if I were to try to do it again, or if you wanted to try it out yourself, that might be a good idea to start it. But I don't know. I mean, who knows? Just have to try things and see how it goes. So it had some light blue. Maybe we get some of this blue, which looks more like a almost Caribbean blue. Oh, by the way, when I was doing the when I was letting you all know that, I was gonna come alive and all, um, the music, I was trying to think of some kind of catchy music, but I was like, what's something catchy but says Van Gogh also? And I actually typed in Van Gogh and something did come up. It was like some type of classical piece, um, which isn't exactly catchy for most people. I mean, I like classical. Um, I do like classical music, but yeah, so that's why I used just another beat. And I'm trying to see if this is, I think it's pretty much so kind of going around. And we could kind of go around again. Get some more paint. And the fascinating thing about gouache is it's kind of like a cross between oil paint, oil paints and acrylic. Now, if you've ever painted with oil paints, you'll know that it takes forever for them to dry. I did one painting that was oil, and it took around 2 weeks, literally. I'm not just like saying that to be extra or anything, but it really took about 2 weeks. I thought that thing was never going to dry. It was kind of odd, but eventually it did dry. Dry. I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that again. But then you got to, make sure it's not touched or anything. But the good thing about it with oil paints, you can maneuver it around. If you want to change something, you could still maneuver it. Oh, and also, if you don't mind, please hit that like button. Uh, it really, really helps me out. I appreciate it. And it really helps YouTube see that, hey, people like this video, so let's show it to other people. Let's see. And this part, when I looked at it just now, it's actually going a little bit more vertically. So I'll just kind of gloss over that part. And then when I say gloss over it, I mean like uh, do some blue strokes over it and then some add some white strokes to kind of correct that area. Noticing when you just continue to move the paint continuously, you get a much better looking um, stroke than if you chop it. Of course, sometimes it's hard to do. So there'll be a couple of different things that will switch up. Add some white here. But yeah, people have told me that I have like a really relaxing voice that it's not like they're bored or anything, but just it just relaxes them and they're like, oh. It's like maybe I need to listen to my own voice more. Remember to do those continuous strokes. For some reason I just want to do like a small like that, not do a small stroke, but do a more continuing stroke. Add some water to it. Let's see. Now let's add it to this part. Give it some more blue. Now change that a little bit. Guess you could actually call it your version of Van Gogh, you know? So that way, even if it doesn't look exactly, I mean, let's face it, it's not going to look exactly like Van Gogh because you're not Van Gogh. And then also, I would say if Van Gogh is alive, I would not be surprised if he can't even paint it exactly the same way. Because I know personally, I've tried to like redraw a drawing that I've done or something like that. Cannot remember how I drew it. Cannot remember. Then let's get the yellow and orange out. And if you're just joining us, welcome. What I'm doing is trying to copy this painting of Van Gogh's. Trying not to get the paint on my hand because I did that a lot last time. This painting. So trying to copy that. Let me follow my own advice. One smooth stroke across. Then some orange. I went to see the Van Gogh production that happened, I think it was last year maybe. That was so good. If I could, I would put it at least like a little portion of it on YouTube. And it could be somebody else has already done it. So if you want to do a search of it, you might can see this production of Van Gogh. But of course, do that, afterwards. Um, but yeah, it was so good. It was like all these movements of his painting that were just brought to life. Various paintings that he's done just brought to life. And the amazing thing about it is he didn't feel like he was a good painter. I'm like, wow. So that always makes me feel better. Anytime I'm like, oh, this looks horrible. It's like, well, remember Van Gogh felt the same way. And look at him, you know, look at how people look at his paintings now. Of course, right now you can't appreciate it, but we can appreciate his paintings. And if for some reason you do have to leave, be sure to come back later and see the ending. And give me a score from, I think I said 70 to 100. But I also said, please be nice, you know. Be gentle, as they say. Now, this part I'm just adding in myself. He didn't have it like this, but this is my interpretation of his painting. So feel free to add little versions of yourself in there. But he did have these yellowish orange paints like this, that one, that one, that one. Kind of like little bursts of sunshine, sunlight. And then I'm going around this painting. I mean, not this painting, this drawing that I did um, previously. I drew out Van Gogh's painting for me to use as a guide. Let's clean that part up a little bit more. And then what we can do is add some shades of darkness in order to give it more of a you see how these, or maybe I ought to use white, might try both, but how it's I can't think of the word. I want to say granulated or something like that. You know what I'm talking about. Almost like sand where you use a rake and go around the sand and make these smooth movements. Trying to do something like that. So let's see. Oh, for one thing, I need to prop it up more. My arm's getting a little bit tight. Get me some water. To drink, is what I mean. And I just noticed that this part right here should actually go over even further. So I'll correct that also before these paints dry. And we do those smooth movements again. See how much better that looks versus this? Just one nice smooth line. And it's hard to tell when your brush kind of needs more water because like for something like this, you need somewhat of a dry brush. And let's put some more black in this part and then hold it upright and bring it down. That didn't go exactly how I planned it, but it's okay. Yeah, be sure to give yourself lots of grace and love. Continue to bring this around here. And that's how the painting actually is more so. So I'll go with that. Bringing it around on this area, even though I probably would have gone a little different, more like horizontal. I want to kind of clean that part up a little bit more. Okay. And then let's really add a lot of blue to it. 'Cause there's like a ton of blue in this painting. So we want to fill up our page. Really just enjoy it. Gonna add some blue paint to it. I'm gonna start right here with some wide strokes around. Yeah, I was thinking about the background suggestion that I had made about maybe trying that first. Um, but the problem with that when I'm doing this part is if you were to do this blue part as a background first, unless she made space for these little round shapes of sunlight, I'm gonna call it, uh, it would mess you up. So take that into consideration if you try to do a Van Gogh painting or do this particular Van Gogh painting. Add some water. I love it when it smoothly crosses like and this part we can kind of speed up a little bit because you already know this was blue, all of this. So you're gonna add some more blue, bring it around and do some more swishing. That one was not as much of a swish as I had hoped for, but it was still somewhat of a swoosh, you know. I'm gonna fill this in. It's like I said, we know that a lot of this part is blue, but the key is you still have to be cautious because you don't want to end up putting color over colors and end up with gray. And if you're just coming in, what we're doing is attempting to paint this Van Gogh painting. So that's what's going on. And then down here, let's see, let me move this rose and that way I can kind of scoot up this part so that you can see. Yeah, okay, good. Down in this area, there's some little houses. And so I drew those out. How well I can paint them, I don't know. But We'll see. We'll see. And I'll go ahead and finish up this side a little bit more. And one thing we've been talking about is trying to make one smooth stroke instead of doing a bunch of individual strokes, so that way it looks better, but it also is a little bit more difficult. So, and I mean that's not true on every piece of painting, but this part we're just gonna kind of fill in with the blueness of it all. Okay, now I think I'll try to, well, no, I think what I'll do is I'll try to go ahead and finish the blue parts as much as possible, and then I'll start working on the other parts. So I'm going to kind of quickly bring, fill these little parts in. And of course, these parts need to be yellow